Hello, my stitchy friends. I'm Angie, the second wind stitcher, and I am back for a WIP parade. I know that I have been absent for several months, and I apologize, but I got a new puppy in July, and I had no idea how much work a puppy is. So I got a beautiful little German Shepherd. She's not little. I shouldn't say she's little. She was little. But now she is probably over 80 pounds. She's bigger than most female German Shepherds are when they're full grown, and she's 8 months. So we'll see. I have to take her to the vet later this month for vaccination, so we'll find out how much she actually weighs, because I can't pick her up anymore. And I will try to remember to post some pictures at the end of the video for people who are interested. So just a little background on me. Like I said, I'm Angie. I go by the second wind stitcher, mostly because I had stitched, for several years in my 20s and early 30s. And then I kind of fell off stitching. And it wasn't until I discovered Flosstube during the pandemic and saw that it's okay to have multiple projects going on at a time that I fell back in love with stitching. I think that I had that mindset where you have to finish a project before you can start another one, and so I would get bored with that project. And that is also when I discovered that I am a process stitcher and not necessarily a progress stitcher. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love finishes, but I'm definitely a process stitcher. I enjoy just the process of, kitting up, and if it's something that I have a little room for being able to choose my own flosses, being able to go through my stash and find stuff. So yeah, I, kind of got my second wind starting in 2022. So I was a little late, I was kind of midway through the pandemic, mostly because I work for a hospital in IS, and I definitely did not have a bunch of time off over that time. I was actually extremely busy, but enough about that. I'm gonna dive in because I think that this is already gonna be pretty long. I have, I think, over 70 WIPs to show you. I'm gonna start with a few finishes that I still have in my possession. I apologize, I have not ironed anything. There's not a lot, nothing's ironed because I can't be bothered. But for any of you who have seen me in the past, you know that I had been working on the monthly Quakers. So one of the finishes that I got last year was the October Quaker. I love this one. I love the colors in this one. And I just love how these are all turning out. So I got that one done. I don't have dates for when I finished these, but last year. And then I did finish the December Quaker, which I also love. I love all of these. I don't know whatever. This one turned out beautifully. I love the colors. Very holiday. This one, I just actually finished this one this year. I think I finished it on the 4th of January. It was one of my WIP Go calls for January. I will say that, so most of these I did on, I think it's Over the Moon fabric by Color and Cotton, so 32 count linen. But these colors just were not looking right on that gray color. And so I moved this to a cream Aida, or a cream linen, and I didn't love this linen. I don't think it's a Zweigart. I think it's just I don't know what it is. It's not Zweigart. I can tell because the weave is really, really loose. It was not super fun to stitch on. But I think this turned out really, really well. So I got that one done. And then I have one little start and finish. So a SAF, if you ever hear people talk about a SAF, that's what that is, a start and finish. So I did the Quirky Quaker Narwhal. And I did do, I picked my own colors for this. Sorry, I do have my laptop in front of me, so I've got a bunch of notes. But I did my own color conversion. I think the border is called Unicorn, and it's from Dying for Cross Stitch. And then I don't remember what the other two are, but I think he turned out super cute. So, we'll talk just a tiny bit. So I turned 50 this year. What? My birthday's in February. And so I got a little bit, originally I was going to do like 50 and 50, inspired by Creative Lee, who did that. She's one of the creators that I started watching almost right away. And so I got to see a bunch of her 50 and 50. And so I was like, oh, I could do that for my 50th birthday, and kind of been planning on it. And then To Martini Stitcher, Erin was like, I'm turning 50 this year. So she and I are, like buddies for our birthday year. And she's doing 100 stars in for her 50th. And I was like, maybe. So I don't want to say for sure. I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see how things go this year. I had big plans last year, and I mean, like, all things considered, I feel like I did pretty well. But once my puppy got to the point where she was like super like sharky and just like needed a lot of attention. I mean, I spent months in my kitchen, because she just like, I have a hard time getting my living room like really puppy proofed. So I just lived in my kitchen, and I have a hard time with lighting in my kitchen. At least enough lighting for me to see. And like, like there's neck lights and stuff, but it's still awkward and they die, like the battery dies. So I spent a lot of time just kind of hanging out in my kitchen. I did some knitting. I've been taking some knitting classes. So I did, like there were several months where I just did not get a ton of stitching done, and that's okay. Like life happens. I adore her, even though there were times when I was like ready to take her back to the breeder because she really did have like the shark phase. But she's a lot better now. Okay. I digress. So if people want to see what I might be like, the patterns that I've chosen to possibly work on this year and get started on, let me know in the comments. Also, I love comments. I really try to respond to all of my comments. So, if you're so inclined, I love to read and respond to comments. But let me know in the comments if you have any interest in seeing like a start parade, and I can try and put that together. So, okay. Let's get into, so I'm not going to show where I was last time you saw this, because I think this is going to be a pretty long video, and I don't have the brain power to do a bunch of editing. So we're just going to kind of fresh start it, and this is where we're starting from, and we'll go from there. So my first project is a Heaven and Earth Designs project. It is, sorry, I forgot to unzip all these too. It is artwork by Dominic Davison. It is Japan Garden. So this is being stitched on 18 count Mystic Gray Ada. So I don't have a ton started on this. I'm on upper left-hand corner starter typically. And there is a just ton of confetti in that upper left-hand corner for this project. So I probably should have shown you what it will look like. This is what it will. So I'm up in this corner. So it's confetti heavy, like crazy. This whole thing is probably going to be super, and of course I'm doing the max color. So I mean, it's beautiful, and I do love it, but it is I feel like I don't get, like I'll put a couple days in on it and feel like I barely got anywhere because the confetti is so crazy. Okay, so that's that one. My next project is an ink circles from Tracy Horner, and this is the Hamsa mandala, which I love. So this is what it will look like. And then here is where, no, is that right? Yeah, that's right. This is where I'm at. So I have one of the Hamsa symbols completed, started work on the second one. Yeah, I love this. It is being stitched on a 16 count Serene by Ada, and it's from Picture This Plus. So it's just that beautiful like minty green. Sorry, I've got a laundry basket next to me where I'm putting my projects so that I can try and stay a little bit organized. Okay, next one we have another Heaven and Earth design. This one is by Rachel Anderson, and this is Mini Queen of Hearts. She is beautiful. And this is where I'm at. So this is also on an 18 count Mystic Gray Ada. And, oh, sorry. All of the Ada is going to be 2/1 full cross, pretty much. So, this is the start of her wing right here. So that's going to be gorgeous. But like when you pull this back, you can really start seeing that super subtle like flower pattern that's in the border. It's gorgeous. Okay, moving right along. Next project is another, this is another Heaven and Earth design, Rachel Anderson project. This one is, it's a quick stitch, or no, this is the wrong, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong cover sheet. This is the wrong cover sheet. I don't know. I will try to remember to put what this really will look like, but it's Quick Stitch Luminescent. It is by Rachel Anderson. I don't know why I have that iridescent. Weird. But this is, so basically it's a baby dragon if I forget to do this. And this is where I'm started. So really just a ton of purple and blue background. Yeah, but apologies. That's really funny that I totally have the wrong, I have that pattern, I have not started it. So I must have printed out the wrong cover sheet and stuck it in there, and this is the first time that I'm realizing it, which is a little sad because I know I've shown this before. Oops. Okay, my next one is from Long Dog Samplers, and this is Resistance is Futile, so it is a lovely band sampler. And this is a lot of fun to work on as well. So this is on an 18 count Ada from Fortnite Fabrics, which I don't think that they're in business any longer. But this is called Cozy Cove. It's kind of a like sandy, beigey. And then the floss that I'm using is, it's from Color and Cotton, but it's one of their like mist dyes. So I don't know what the original color was supposed to be, but I picked up several skeins of this when they were doing one of their mist dye sales, and I just thought that this would be a gorgeous color to do this in. So I'm really, really liking how that variegation is coming out on this piece. So, I'm a little hit or miss with my variegated, like how I stitch variegated flosses. Sometimes I'm really good and I like go stitch by stitch, so that I get some more, like intentional pooling, I guess. And then other times I'm like, I don't have time for this, and I just go across the row. Again, you know, like these are your cross stitches. You don't have to follow anybody else's rules. Do what you want to do is my theory of this. Okay, next one is Pain-Free Crafts. Oops, it's upside down. This is Sake Dragon by Stanley Morrison, and I love him. I think Alara is doing him as well. And love this piece. So I'm super excited because I finally am starting to get into the dragon. So these are like, this is the horn and this is some of like the back of his head. So I'm really excited to get into like the blues and like, you guys, the detail on that teacup. Okay. I love this. So this is being done on an 18 count gray Aida. And yeah, I'm looking forward to him getting called on my WIP Go board. Okay, my next piece is another Long Dog sampler. And this is on an 18 count Aida. It is called Spending Amnesia from Mystic Fabrics. It is a beautiful, beautiful green. I love it. And this is You Belong to Me. So this is kind of her Egyptian themed piece. And I am stitching this with a Silks for You silk, which is this one. It is PR124. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, love it. And again, I'm loving how the stitches are looking as I'm stitching this up. It's so pretty. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry if I'm like flying through this, but I really do have just so many pieces that I'm going to be showing. Okay, next piece is Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Spirit of Autumn by Ciro Marchetti. I think I apologize if I mispronounced his name. So look at how cute those boxes are. And then this is where I'm at. So this is, oops. This is a 20 count Aida. It's blue cashmere. This is just like a standard Zweigart fabric, but you know, upper left hand corner start again. So I'm really just kind of in the background with the trees. But this is going to be gorgeous. I love, I'm not like usually big on like stitching a bunch of browns and stuff, but this one with all those fall colors, it's totally going to be worth it. It's gorgeous. Okay, my next piece is Heaven and Earth Designs. I know, are you sensing a theme? I'm gonna take a little drink here. So this is Amy Stewart, Bird Garden. This will be a gift for my parents when I get it done. And I actually have quite a bit finished. I mean, like theoretically, right? Like this is another huge piece. So this is being stitched on a 20 count Aida as well. This is just a gray, I think it's a Witchelt Aida. It's pretty rough. But oh, I need to go back in and fill all of that confetti. But I was really wanting to get to the bird, and last year I was trying to use this as a focus piece, because since it's a gift, I'd really like to get some more progress done on it. And that I was able to get a fair amount of progress in on it until I got my puppy, and then it kind of fell off the list. But I really wanted to get to the bird. Oh, beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay, I had these all like packed super nicely in the other laundry basket, but now they're harder. All right, next one is Personal Sunshine by Jeremiah Kettner. This is a retired chart from Heaven Earth Designs. If you want to see this finished, Jessie Marie Does Stuff has finished this, and it is gorgeous. She's the one that inspired me to pick this up. Like, I don't know that I'd ever looked at his artwork until I saw Jessie Marie do it, and there's just something so like wistful and beautiful about this piece that I had to pick it up. So this is being done on an 18 count Fortnite Fabrics Ada called Shark Fin, and that is where I'm at. So just a little baby start, but yeah, if you do want to see it completed, go take a look at Jessie Marie. Beautiful. So this is Dragons of the Sabbat. There's a bunch of people doing this. So Ilara is working on this, 310 Stitcher is working on this, I think Dizzy Stitcher is working on this. So Dragons of the Sabbat, artwork is by Ann Stokes, and this is charted by Pain for Crafts. This is a retired chart. Ann Stokes, I think, only like licenses her work for a year at a time, and so the designers have to kind of pick and choose like what they want to, if there's any that they want to renew year over year or whatever. So I am just working in the background, so it's all black right now. I think 310 Stitcher is probably the farthest along, and she's starting to work on one of the dragons this year, so that is exciting. I mean, this will be one of those pieces sometimes when I'm just like, I want to stitch, but I don't want to think about it, and I'll just pull this out and work on black, because why not? This one is being done on 28 count Lugana, and I am doing this 2/1 10th stitch, so that's like a half stitch. It's not like, so if you're doing doing a row of half stitches and then you're coming back across to complete the cross, it's not a half stitch like that. I do like a full 10th stitch so that there's less tension on the fabric, or it's so that you don't get warping. There is a specific way to do it. If you're interested in how to do it, I can try to do a little tutorial. Just again, put it in the comments and I can try to work on that. But there is a technique for how to do 10th stitch versus just a straight up half cross. Also, when you're working with like an even weave, like a Lugana, and if you're only working with one strand, especially, you can kind of lose your thread underneath the fabric if you pull too tight. So I do tend to work, I don't do 1/1 full cross on even like Lugana. I don't do it. Okay, I digress. That was a lot. My next piece is from Ink Circles, and this is one of her Elemental Dragons series, so this is air. I have water done, it's complete, and then I've got all the 3 others, so air, fire, and earth, are started. And this is my start. So this is done on 16 count Spring Breeze from Mystic Fabrics. Also, Misty from Mystic Fabrics has had her grand opening for her shop. I think she called it Mystic. I think she's in Ohio. I obviously was not there this weekend, but yeah, I feel like someday I have to do a road trip down to her shop because I love Misty's fabrics. So this is being done with PR 129 from Silks for You, which is this beautiful variegated purple. I love it. I don't know what the called for was, but I like mine. I think it's lovely. Okay. Okay. My next project is from Paint Free Crafts. So also, I'm super rambly and crazy today. I use these like motel key things to put on the zipper pulls. Turns out I hate them because they're very loud. So I've been pulling them off. Okay, random. Paint Free Crafts. This is Day to Night Africa, artwork by Lars Stewart. This is so beautiful. I am doing this on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana, and this is 2/110 stitch. So there's my upper left hand corner start. It's so funny, like when you look at this, that looks like it's yellow, but it's actually pink. Unless I read the chart wrong, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, but I don't think I did. So, but this is going to be absolutely gorgeous when it is complete. I love it. Sorry I have to put everything back in the bags right away too, but like as soon as I'm done filming, I have to put all of this back in the craft room before I bring my puppy out from her nap. So she's currently back in her crate having her nap. So even though she's like 8 months, I have found if I don't do like an enforced nap with her, she gets very mouthy and won't settle on her own. But since I did crate training with her, like literally from the day I brought her home, she's great. She's great in the crate. Here is my next start. This is Meg Wayan from Bella Filipina. She's beautiful. This is being done on a 16 count fabric from Mystic Fabrics called Aurora. I don't know if you can still get this. I'm not sure if this is one of her permanent colors. So I started center, and I'm like in this area down in here. So that's where I'm at. So this dress is tricky. Like there's not, like, it's all vertical stripes instead of horizontal, and so you kind of have to stitch down. But and 16 count just because of the beads, because there's a fair amount of beading with her, but she's beautiful. I have the three sisters, the like Air, Moon, and something like Tala, and I don't remember what they're all called, but I have those three kitted, but I have not started them. because I'm trying to like finish this one before I start another Bella Filipina. This one, oh, those are the other spring, or the other monthly Quakers, which will be coming up here shortly. Okay, this one, this is actually a restart. So this is Story Keep Oriental Courage by Leanne Seed from Heaven Art Design. So this is a Story Keep. I don't know what the original artwork looks like, where the Story Keep came out of. But I had to restart this because, oops, all the things. Apologies. I had to restart it because I had some pretty significant errors in my stitching. And so I restarted this on a probably 20 count gridded. So I'm actually gonna try and color complete this. So I started with the 310, and then I'll just pick whatever the next color is up here and color complete. There are not a lot of colors in this. There are less than a dozen. So I love the courage symbol. I feel like it's a good thing to have in my house. I need it some days. Okay, this next one, she's a biggie. This is Heaven Art Designs. This is Supersize Max Color Waterhold Master. Jemima finished hers last year. She didn't do the max color, but she did do the super size, and oh my god, it looks just amazing. So if you want to see this finished, go and watch the Rocking Stitcher, and her last her WIP Parade, she showed it. She had a video, I think, just before that. So this is where I'm at. I'm not very far. This is not one that I tend to take out of the Q-snap because the fabric wrangling is a thing. It's a big deal. Like, that's all the floss. It's a lot. It's a lot. But man, it's gorgeous when it's completed. Okay, my next one is another Heaven and Art Design. This one is Quick Stitch Pride and Prejudice. This is the color expansion. Artwork is by Amy Stewart. This one is a quick stitch out of like the books, one of the bookshelves that she does. So yes, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. And oops, this is where I have gotten to. So you can start seeing a couple of the books coming in. I mean, I know they call it a quick stitch, but it's 400 by 285, so it's not like tiny. So it's still a pretty sizable chart. But will be, again, beautiful when it's finished. Okay, my next project is one from the sewing shop. And, oh, I always forget, do I have? Alexandra Gallagher is the artist. This is called Many Hands. This is beautiful artwork. I love this idea of the many hands weaving. And I don't have a big start on this at all. So just again up in the background of the tree. It's a fair amount of confetti in that tree, as all trees seem to have. But I do love this artwork. It is beautiful. That is on an 18 count easy guide. Okay. My next chart is from Gecko Rouge. This is Solstice Pen Tray. And the artist is Dorian Davies. So I just really liked the Stonehenge artwork. So this is, it's, you know, like I'm up in the, I'm just doing the sky up here. And yeah, I think this one's nice because, again, there's like block stitching, but then there's areas of confetti so you don't get bored. But I really like that one. It'll be fun to pull that back out and get some more work on it. Okay. I have another supersize max color. This one is Dark Jungle, Temple, and Tigers. This is also by Carol Marchetti. I love this one too. This is being done on 20 count Aida. More floss dropping. Like, again, like that. That's all. That's floss. Woo! Today's a hot mess. I haven't done this in a while. So that is where I'm at. You can see the flower coming in up in that upper corner. It's gonna be beautiful. So many pretty colors in this. Also, if you're wondering where I get these, like the square project bags, these are all Sewing Shop CA. So Kaylee Tent Stitch, who owns the Sewing Shop CA, she has a subscription, like a bag a month subscription, and she lets you choose like the size, and because I have so many like BAPs, which stands for Big A Project, I get like the 18 by 18 fabric bags for like 12 months. I don't know where I'm like, I think my subscription's almost done, but it has been super helpful for some of these like giant projects to have bags big enough to fit all of the floss in them. I admire people who can work off of a master set, especially because like these where you've got literally like 60,000 stitches of a single color that you can't get in a cone. How do you not end up with like dye lot issues and stuff like that? Because I mean, I know DMC is relatively consistent, but like it's not always. Okay, I digress. Next piece, Pain Free Crafts, Stanley Morrison. This is Garlic Dragon. He's so cute. And I'm looking in the background. So that is where I'm at. I'm excited to get to the dragon. This is being done on an 18 count Fortnite Fabric Aida. It is called Darlin. They had some fun names with their pieces. Okay, the next piece is from Plum Street Samplers. This is Tortoise Tower. This is being done on a 32 count linen from R&R Reproductions called Vintage Gray. And that is where I am at. Now, I have a fairly significant error in this chart. And I've been contemplating restarting it because I don't know if I can fudge it enough to have it look good. So we'll see. We'll see when this gets called for WIP Go, what I ultimately decide on. It just uses DMC. I don't think it has any fancy flosses in it. So it wouldn't be a difficult, restart, and I might actually change the fabric up. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided. I love the animal stacks. It did actually have a couple of animal stack finishes last year. If I remember, I will try to insert pictures. But I did the Quack stack, which was a new one last year, and I finished Hedgerow. So my best friend has 2 boys, and the older of the 2 loves ducks, and the younger of the 2 loves hedgehogs, and so we made them into pillows. I did not make them into pillows. My best friend did the actual sewing into the pillow, but I did the cross stitching. So they got those for Christmas. Okay, the next piece is from By the Bay Needle Art. This one is Spring Cove. So she's got a spring, summer, autumn, winter cove series. And this one is spring. This is being done on 18 count Fortnite fabric called Cresting Wave. And that is where I'm at. How about that way? That's better. I can see that. That's a crane. Yeah, these are fun. These are fun. I like these. I have several of the By the Bay charts. I just haven't, some of them I'm like, yeah, I want to start them all. And then others I'm like, no, I want to finish and then I'll start the next one. I don't have any rules. I make it up as I go. Next piece, Carolyn Manning, Peacock Topaz, because I love these colors. And this is being done on 18 count sea glass, also from Fortnite fabric. And this is the full width of the piece. I kind of wanted to see how wide it was. So that is the full width. And yeah, I'm excited to pull this out. I have a bunch of Carolyn Mannings. There's so much, it's very rhythmic stitching because of the patterning on so many of her pieces. So it's fun. Okay. And next one is in this bag. I might just show all of these. That I still have left. So these are the monthly Quakers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all. I'm a hot mess. So here's June. I don't know where I'm supposed to be pulling out May, but I don't see my May. Oh, that's because it's right here. Oops. I don't know why this one is in a different bag from all the other ones. That's silly. Because I did try to keep them together. So here's May. And then this is where I'm at. So I have that top, the big one, the big motif done. I would expect I can finish this the next time it gets pulled for WIP Go. And then June. There's my June progress. This one's maybe I can, I hope I have enough fabric on there. Did I think I started this, look, I did a classic stitcher mistake and started it the wrong direction. It should have been like that. Oops. Okay, July. Cross your fingers, folks. I do have extra fabric if I do need to restart that, but I hope I don't. That would be a bummer. Here's my very baby start on July. Oh, she's got a bunch of work to do for that one. And we've got August. It's funny that I've got like all the flanking ones, like I've got all the early ones and all the late ones done, but the ones in the middle I don't have finished. So August should definitely be a finish this year. And this one's not, this motif is not done yet. And then last one is September. I love the colors in this one. And there's my September. So these are all on my WIP Go boards for this year. And when I started these, I started them in each respective month. But subsequent years, so I didn't start them last year, I started them the year before. So 2022. And then like later they just got stuck on WIP Go boards and I would work on them as they got pulled and not like what month they were in. Okay, next piece is from the Drawn Thread. This one is Butterfly Garden. Let's tilt it a little so you can see. I have discovered that because I have a bunch more of these Drawn Thread patterns, I will do a center start for these in the future because it's like rough counting without like that center house as the anchor to get started with. So this is where I'm at. I have very meager start on this because it's so much counting. So yeah, that was a lesson learned for these Drawn Thread patterns, especially these kind of like banner ones that I would recommend starting in the center so that you've got a solid like item to count from, especially if you're doing them on linen. I am not great at counting on linen, probably because I came to linen pretty late in my cross-stitch career. I just started working with it in 2022. I had never worked with it prior in any of my prior stitching, so I'm still not the best. We have another Heaven and Earth design. This is Minnie, An Offering to Venus. This is by John Godward. I love this. I like a lot of the John Godward pieces. I have a bunch of the patterns, both from Heaven and Earth design and then also some from Golden Kite. That's the right one. So more background, but oh, she's gonna be gorgeous. This is done on an 18 count Ada from Mystic Fabrics. It is called Brain Fog. Piece is from Maxine Gadd. This is called Titania. Look at how beautiful she is. These pieces are gorgeous. This is on an 18 count Ada. I think it's Fortnite fabric. I lost the tag. I could be wrong. I don't honestly know. I apologize. But I know it's an 18 count. I just don't know what it's called or who it's from. But just a baby start up in the background. But man, she's gonna be absolutely beautiful when she's done. Maxine Gadd has some cool charts. Okay. Next one. I love this one. I love all of them. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was talking to a friend, one of my stitchy buddies, and I was like, okay, I've been, you know, like organizing and finding all of my pieces and like putting them in date order. I haven't been telling you the start dates of these, but they are in, like, this is roughly the date order. We're still in, or no, we are in 2023 now, but, and I was like, but the problem is it just makes me want to like stitch on all of that, but I don't have time. But I also have a bunch of new starts that I want to do this year. So this one is Heaven and Earth Design. This is Store Keep Tiki Beach Sunset. Alara is doing this one as well, and she has the same thought that I do, that this, like, I mean, the whole thing is nice, but this is one of the best story keeps I've ever seen, because it is like the perfect shot. So I love working on this one. This is also on an 18 count Fortnite fabric. This one is called Eccentric Sky. I mean, right off the bat, you are getting these beautiful flowers coming in. This one is gonna be absolutely gorgeous. And this bag I think I got out of a Bestitch Me, but I felt it was like beachy themed with my turtles. So that is why that gets that bag. I don't really there's a few projects that I have bags matching, but I don't really. Okay, the next one has actually been sitting next to me because it is in a giant bag. Because it's another supersized mixed color from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is artwork by Amy Stewart, and it is Tale of the Red Swans. I love this piece, and I don't see a lot of other people stitching this one from Amy Stewart. I know she's got like, she's, you know, like if you stitch full coverage, you probably if you stitch full coverage, most people will have an Amy Stewart on the go at the very least, or have stitched one. But I like have never seen anybody stitching this one. So of course I'm in the upper left corner, and it is all very light stitches. So I'm gonna try and get that like right into the camera. I'm doing this backward, or like I can't see it, so. But yeah, this is, so I'm just up in this cloudy area right here. I love this. This has got called on my WIP Go this month, which I'm super excited about. I don't know how much progress I'll get done, but she's beautiful. I feel like I should have all my supersize max colors in those bags. Okay. Next piece is, this is a piece by Maximum Cross Stitch, and it was from Evertotes. So this was the bag that came with it. Evertote did I think it was a stitch along. So this is called September's Revenge, and this is the bag that came with it. And then I did get the Roxy floss. I did not get the fabric. So the fabric that I chose is 32 count Milk and Honey from Fiber on a Whim, which I think is a pretty good match to the called for fabric. Whatever they released with it. Oh my gosh. I don't do this very often, you guys. Like I must have been exhausted whatever night this was that I was working on it, because I rarely leave a thread and a needle. Like but this is where I'm at. I also not usually a huge, like, I like some samplers, but I don't really like stitching alphabets. But I felt like this one was subtle enough with it being the white alphabet that it wasn't like super in your face. And I do like, you know, like the plants kind of taking over the house in September. I like it. So this is a fun one. Okay. My next piece, is from Plum Street Samplers. This is Blackberry House. I'm not like, I love this piece. I don't know what about it exactly, but like, I mean, I love the little birdhouse, which I have started. I've still got some more bricks in like the opening on the birdhouse, but I think it looks so good. This is being stitched on a 32 count Fiber on a Whim linen called Morganite. If it's 32 count, I'm stitching it 2/2. So 2 strands of floss over 2 fabric squares. I know I've been forgetting to say like how I've been stitching these, but you can pretty much guarantee, like, if it's a 25 or a 28 count Easy Guide Lugana, those are going to be 2/110 stitch. If I'm stitching on an 18 count, like 16 through 20 count Ada, it's always 2/1. If I'm stitching on 32 count linen, it's 2/2. If I'm stitching on 40 count linen, it's 1/2. I don't think I have any projects started on 36 count linen, and I suspect that I will stitch that 2/2. I know I have some 36 count, but I haven't gotten there yet. But probably that will get stitched 2/2. And the reason that I say that is, like, I know Emily C stitches her 36 count 2/2, and I like the coverage that she tends to get on her pieces. So I will probably give it a try. Plus I, you know, like on 18 and 20 count Ada, I always stitch 2/2. So, this is a Jasmine Custom Bags, and I love it. This one is from Tilden Craft, and it is Halloween Night. I think this is a Shutterstock license, but I do really like this pattern. I know there's a like Small Town Stitcher. She's doing a crop of it. I haven't decided. I probably won't crop it, but this is where I'm at. And this is being stitched on 18 count Mystic Fabrics. This is called Silver Mist. And yeah, I don't think I worked on this one last year, because I suspect that it got called like after I got my puppy and my stitching time got drastically decreased. Okay. My next piece is from the Scarlet Letter. This is M. Courtier 1799. So it's a Quaker. And I'm like super out of the box on this one. This is being done on 40 count dragon fruit. Oh my gosh, it's upside down. Hold on. So I have the babiest of baby starts, but this is 40 count dragon fruit, and I was really wanting to do kind of this tonal. That is a variegated floss. It is so since I'm stitching it 1/2, these are cut way shorter than I would normally cut my flosses, and it's done with a Karen water lilies, and it's called Pebbles. So that is the floss. But yeah, I really wanted to have that be like really pop of like the fabric be really popping, and then have a very like tonal floss with it. I think that my vision is good. It can be hard to see right now because I have such a small start on it, but I think it's gonna work. Okay, next piece is out of order, this one. So this was the first chart I ever bought from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is the first full cover that I ever considered doing. This is artwork by James Christensen, and it is the color expansion. It's called Shakespearean Fantasy. So like there's all kinds of different scenes from various Shakespearean plays. I forget how many. There's like 18 different plays or 21 different plays. I don't know. There's a key out there somewhere. This is going to be a big one because it is 450 wide by 867. I am stitching the black. Those holes you see are probably some 939 that need to get plunked in there. But I love this piece, and I can't wait to get some more work done on it. I live in an area that has a local like outdoor theater, and they typically, like back in the day, they strictly did Shakespeare, or they would do like 3 other shows would be Shakespeare and one would be like Moliere or like Our Town, or like something like that. They definitely changed their game. They still do at least 2 Shakespeare shows a year, but they had this poster for sale at their gift shop one year when I was in high school. Did I mention that I'm turning 50 this year? So when I saw that, I fell in love with this image. And like I've been exposed to Shakespearean plays since I was in high school because of that theater. And so like this has been in my heart and in my brain for 35 years. So yeah, this one that may get pulled out someday to be like focus piece because I love it. Okay, so this next one, I don't have a finished picture. This is the and I can't show like the pattern because it's the actual pattern, but this is the 2023 Modern Folk Embroidery Ever Totes collaboration. There's this Advent stitch along. So I don't even remember what day I left off on. I can tell you, this is all the called for. It's the linen that it came with. And I could not, I had to frog this so much because again, counting on linen is hard for me. So there was just a couple, like I lost my mojo on it, and it was one of the late pieces for WIP Go last year. So it's like, it hasn't been worked on since then. And that's okay. Oh, I skipped over one. My apologies. Okay, this one is Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Lucy Pittaway. These are all retired because Lucy Pittaway is now with Bothy Threads. So this is Mini Ladybird in the Meadow. I can read backwards. I just love those little sheep butts. I really like I like this whole piece. It's so pretty. This is being done on 18 count Mystic Fabrics. It is called Diversity. That's actually showing up really nicely. I love this fabric. Yep. So obviously it's still up in the background, but even the background is pretty. I love it. I have several, I did manage to get several of the Lucy Pittaway charts before they got retired, but there's still a couple that I'm like, I wish I'd gotten. Like the sweater shop one, I think is really cute, and I wish I'd gotten that one, but hey ho. Okay. My next piece is another Heaven and Earth design. This one is artwork by Andy Russell. It is Night Lights. This is the max color. It is not a super size. Andy Russell is another artist that I really enjoy his artwork. This one is done on 18 count Brain Fog from Mystic Fabrics. You're probably wondering why I don't just use like gridded fabric for all of these, and to be honest, it's because like 18 count and 20 count Aida, even though I do use it, the gridded, for a lot of projects now, it's really crunchy, and I don't totally enjoy stitching on it. So that's where I'm at with Night Lights. So I have that first like comet tail in, and I was in Misty's Fabric of the Month Club for sure the last 2 years. I am not in it this year because I'm in a low spend year, because I have so many patterns and fabric and fancy flosses and all the things I don't need more. So I'm on a low spend year. I have a couple of subscriptions. So I'm getting the floss subscription from Cottage Garden Threads in Australia, and I'm getting a yarn, so like a sock yarn, from a company up in Canada. So those are my only monthly subscriptions, but everything else I've canceled. I used to have, like Fabric of the Month, and there was, there was a lot. The next piece, oops, floss came with, is from or designed by Paint Free Crafts, artist by MJP, and this is Belle the Highland Cow. I love her. Love, love, love her. And this is where I'm at. So I have that kind of the mountain over here. That's what that is. Yeah, I love this piece. She's so cute. that is being done on 18 count Easy Guide. Probably from here out, you'll see most of my full coverages are going to be on an Easy Guide. Most of them. Okay. This one was supposed to have been a stitch along that we finished last year, but I'm going to blame, again, my puppy. So this was a stitch along that I was doing with Athena Stitching Goddess. I know she finished hers and it looks amazing. I just did not get a chance to finish this, but this is Praiseworthy Stitches, Simple Gifts Halloween. I am doing this on an 18 count Fortnite fabric called Love Bug. And I am doing a color conversion, so the floss is all Silks for You. So these are my flosses. So the purple is PR158, the orange is PR139, and this is PR043, which is kind of their charcoal gray and not their black. So that's my color palette. Probably won't get finished this year, but will get finished because I really do enjoy stitching on this. I don't want to lose my needle minder and needle in there. Oops. Okay, and this is another Heaven and Earth Designs. This one is Meeting on the Turret Stairs, artwork by William Burton. So this is actually a watercolor painting, which is kind of rare from that time period to have survived in as good a shape as it is. I wonder where the needle went. And that is where I'm at. So this I actually got as a kit from Heaven and Earth Designs right before they stopped making kits, and now they are making kits again, but it takes a long time to get kits from them. But I did get the needle minder because I love it. So this is beautiful. I enjoy working on this one as well, and look forward to it coming out for some more clay. That's good. The next one I have it's technically, I really only have one of these started, but I've got both of the pieces listed in here because they will be stitched together on the same piece of fabric. So this is the Float and Sting. So this one's by Plum Street Samplers, and this one is by Heartstring Samplery. And I'm stitching these on a 40 count linen white clay from Fox and Rabbit. And that is where I've gotten to. So I'm in that big butterfly. And I love this piece. It's so good. I'm trying to get more pieces on 40 count because it really does look amazing, but I have to get I had to get my optometrist to write me a prescription for like extra powered reading glasses for when I work on 40 count, because I can't use cheaters because I have an astigmatism and I get a headache like bang if I use just cheaters or like a regular magnifying glass, because whatever it is about that with my astigmatism, I will have a headache almost instantly. So, but my optometrist is amazing, and she was more than happy to write me a script for like an overpowered cheater. So she's great. Okay, next piece is Country Magic Stitch. This one is Welcome to Winterfell. And this is another one of those, like, if you just want to work on some block stitching and not think about it too much, this is a perfect. So this one is on 18 count fortnight fabric called Happily Ever After. And I am just up in the sky doing some block stitching. This is my, so I don't feel the need usually to like do a full grid, but when I'm doing like a big block of stitches all the same color at the top of my piece that I, like it's hard to count off of, I will put the dots in at the top of my fabric just to count the tens. I know some people will like do half crosses across the top and then do a full cross at the 10, but then you have like, that doesn't help me for like the lower counting, so I just put the little dots up there instead of doing like the full gridding. I'm really just too lazy to do full gridding. No, let's be honest. Okay, this one is Thread of Magic Shire Painting. I love this little hobbit hole. This is an 18 count. Yeah, it's an 18 count easy guide. This is beautiful. Now, Small Town Stitches was saying something, and I admittedly got super far behind on all my floss tubes during like the puppy woes. But she was saying that there were some issues with this chart, but I don't know. I almost feel like I need to go back and watch, because I was able to get it into Pattern Keeper, and I don't think I had any issues with the symbols, but maybe I need to go and take a second look. Okay, this one is from Pampered Crafts, artwork by Nanny Thomas. This is Amethyst Moon. She's beautiful. I mean, so, I was born in February, so my birthstone is amethyst. So I love purple. I've always loved purple, and I love the moon. So like, honestly, this chart was made for me. So I'm just up in that upper corner. Like you can kind of tell the ones that I've only had like a couple days to work on. That's about as far as I can get. But yeah, she's gorgeous. I really like a lot of Nene Thompson's, or Thomas, sorry, Thomas, not Thompson. I really like a lot of her artwork. Okay, this next one is an artsy chart, and this is Colorful Ocean. I think that Tarina Clark designed this one, or maybe pulled it from an image. So this is using an AI generated. So this one is on a 20 count easy guide. And this is where I am at. It's beautiful. I love this like stained glass effect, and just this, like the ocean seems like such a cool piece to do that with. That one's a lot of fun to stitch too. Okay. Lots and lots. This is Heaven and Earth design. This is artwork by Uliana Babenko, and it is Cozy Winter Evening. I just love this little red-haired girl. with our little puppy. That is not what my puppy looks like, but so this is my little start. You can see I've got like the first bulb in the string of lights. Like that's, and let me tell you, that is a ton of confetti in that little spot. I think there's still some open stitches in there because it's like one stitch and then the next one is like down here. And I think you can see I don't park because it breaks my brain. I admire everybody who can, because I feel like you're probably less wasteful with your thread than I am, but like seriously, my brain gets broken. Okay. My next piece, this is a Lindy Stitches piece, and hang on. So this is a series, and they're all gonna get started this year, I think. These are all in line to get started. So this is her Airmail series, and this is the rose-breasted cockatoo. This is February's. I am doing it in all the called fors, and this is where so that I've got the border completely done, which is great. And now I can just start doing a bunch of the fill-in. But I think that there's still one. I think April hasn't been released. So I may have to like break down and buy that one just to like complete. But at the same time, I don't have to, because I've got so many other projects that I could start this year. But all the rest of them are on the list, and I'm a completionist. Sometimes. Did I mention I don't have any rules? I don't have any rules. Next one is one of the elemental dragons. So this one is the Earth, Elemental Dragons Earth, from Ink Circles. Tracy Horner, she's a genius. So this is being done on 16 count Serene. You've seen this already with one of her ink circles. I'm doing the House of Mandala on the same fabric. So picture this plus Serene. And let me see. This is being done with a Dinky Dyes Jungle Green. Yep, Jungle Green. So that is the floss. That might be the called for. I don't have it on the back. Yeah, I love that. Okay. So this artwork by Rose Kahn is amazing. This is Cozy Winter Book Nook. So Pain Free Crafts, Rose Kahn is the artist, and I have the babiest of baby starts. Okay, unzip all the way. There we go. And that is my start. I think I didn't get very far on this because I really need to do some better fabric wrangling. But this is a big piece. It's 800 by 640. This is 20 count easy guide. But yeah, I need to do some better fabric wrangling. I usually do better than this, but I think I was in such a hurry to get it started that I just like jammed it in there and then had trouble. Love it. Oh, I've got to have another basket. Oh, there it is. There is another basket. My apologies. I had you all thinking, oh, we're almost done. Nope, there's a whole nother basket after this one. I don't have the final artwork on this one either because this was a stitch along and I never did like print out the final, but this is the Lola Crow Deadly Aquarium stitch along. Now, I kept up with this right up until like the 10th exhibit, but that's like right around when Phoebe, my puppy, started getting like bonkers, and I just couldn't keep up with the stitching. So I still have all the back stitching to do, and I have a little bit more of like, there's some more like jellyfish and stuff, I think up in this area that I need to finish. This did get called for my WIP Go in January, and I am really hoping to finish it. So maybe the next time you see me, this will be a finished object. I am stitching this on 18 count shimmer Ada from Bestitch Me. It is beautiful. It is prettier than what it's showing on camera, but it's close. It's close. This has been a very fun stitch. I am super curious to see what the theme for the next Lola Crow is going to be, because I have her other stitch alongs, I just hadn't started them. My next project is from the Prairie Schooler, and I am doing the top one, so the red sky at night. So weather-wise is what it's called, but I'm doing this top one. I'm not doing this one. At least not right now. I haven't decided. This is being done on 18 count Ada. This is a mystery Ada. I have no idea. But I do have the border completed, so that's as big as it will be. This is something that my grandma used to say. And now I live in my grandma's house. So I kind of like, I had to. When I saw this one get released, I was like, or when I actually don't know when it was released, but when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I think I need to stitch that because my grandma used to say that. Okay. The next one is, this is a Paint Free Crafts. Again, I don't have the final, because this was a stitch along. This was the Paint Free Crafts 2024 Elemental Evolution stitch along. So this was like the first release. And I, again, just haven't had a chance to like print out the final, but it is complete. So I will try and print out a final cover piece before the next video. But it was weird. They started with like, I don't know why they chose the lower left to be the first one to release, maybe because it was the cutest. But because I have a hard time, like, I don't work up very well. So I was like, I'm going to start at the bottom. So this is the bottom left. And I worked my way up to the middle. And now I will probably, because I can import the whole thing, I will probably start at the upper left over here and work my way down and hope that they match up. That's always the risk, isn't it? But these are cute little guys. There's one that I'm like not as excited about, that I wasn't like, he's not quite as cute as the others. But overall, it's a very cute stitch along. Okay. My next piece that I started is from Ingleside Imaginarium. And this is Don't Feed the Plants. So any of you who are familiar with, oh, totally blanking on what it's called. can't think about it. It is a, I mean, it's a musical, but they did a movie of it, and it's got like Rick Moranis and Steve Martin in it. I can't believe I can't remember what this is called. I'm embarrassed. All I can think of is the main song that is sung, because it is a musical called, and it's called, like, it's got this line in it, "Feed Me Seymour." That's all I can think about. I can't believe I can't remember what this show is called. They kind of did a collaboration with Bestitch Me. So the called for fabric is Bestitch Me fabric called Garden Party. And it's their did you count linen. And I did just order everything from Bestitch Me for this. So it's also with the Bestitch Me silks. So that's the silk palette from Bestitch Me. Little Shop of Horrors. There we go. I got it. So Little Shop of Horrors is the movie or musical that this is sort of based on. And this is where I am at. And it looks so good. I can't wait to finish this. This one also got called for WIP Go this month. So this one will have some work on it the next time you see it as well. I was the stage manager for a production of Little Shop of Horrors, so I'm also embarrassed that I couldn't remember it, because I have, it has a special place in my heart, because I had just a blast being stage manager on that production. So yeah. Next piece is called Simple Pleasures. This is Pain-Free Crafts, and the artist is Chris Dunn. He is one of the very popular artists on Pain-Free Crafts, and I love this little mouse knitting her blanket. I love it. She's so cute. So I'm just up in the thatch, and it looks fantastic. Oh, they're so cute. I don't think I'm as big of a fan. Like, he's a UK artist, and I think has a very special place in a lot of the UK Flosstubers hearts. I love some of the pieces, but not as many, not all of them. But that one I really like. So this one is Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. So this is on a 20 count black Aida. I've got a color conversion of silks from Silks for You for this. And it is beautiful. I am only doing the cross stitch version. I'm not doing the one that has the specialty stitches. But, sorry. But it's beautiful. I actually had a hard time putting it down when I started it, because I just was really enjoying it. Okay, next piece is from Golden Kite. This is Home in the Mountains, also known as Rivendell. And this is gorgeous. And this is where I'm at. Also, look at my gorgeous needle minder. My stitchy buddy Christine gave me that for my birthday last year. So she and I are doing this. She's way farther along than I am, because she's a cheetah stitcher. And she also tends to do more focus work than I do, which is great, because then I get to see progress on things much faster than I could do. It's so much fun having a friend who is passionate about stitching and like has a different stitching style than me, because it's just like, it's fun to compare notes and like, but at the same time learn from each other. It's just, it's fun. Okay. My next piece is another Plum Street. So this is from the Moon series. This is her Winter Moon. And I got this as a kit from Country Sampler down in Spring Green, Wisconsin. They had this as an exclusive for the first year that it was released. And so I ordered everything. I ordered the kit from them. So you can see it came on 40 count Saltbush, which is a fox and rabbit linen. And then they sent along all the flosses. I mean, I put them on drops, but they kitted it and sent it. So this is where I'm at. This is, like I said, it's 40 count. So I am doing this 1/2. And this is gorgeous. I have all of the Moon patterns that are released. I think there's one more that still she needs to finish. I want to say autumn. I don't think she's done autumn yet. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. My next piece is from Jan Hicks, and it is the Meditation Garden. I love, love, love. Like that labyrinth in the middle, it's fabulous. I am doing a silk conversion. So Mrs. Sada's had a silk pack, and so I ordered that. I love working with silks, and so I love like testing out different silk dyers, just to see the differences. And these are pretty nice to work with. I'm really liking it. But this is my Meditation Garden so far. This is being done on 32 count Over the Moon, which is a color and cotton. I keep stocking the color and cotton because they kind of batch dye their fabrics so like they don't have this available all the time. But if this Over the Moon fabric is released for this year as one of their dyes, I might have to buy some, because it is probably my favorite like silvery gray neutral for linens. And I would love to get some 40 count now that I have some experience with the 40 count. I know I'm on a no spend year, but because they like don't dye it every year, it is hard to come by. So I might have to break my no spend, low spend. Okay, next one is another Pain-Free Crafts. This is artwork by Nene Thomas. This is Dragon Artist. I love this. I love this artwork. It's fantastic. And I have very, very baby starts. I will have no problems keeping myself occupied when I retire. None. Okay. Another one from Pain-Free Crafts. Artwork is Unstable Halcyon, and this is Melia. So I've been kind of scoping this one out for a while and liked it, but wasn't pulling the trigger. And then I saw somebody finish that, and like, it's gorgeous stitched up. So I had to pull the trigger. I am just up in this upper corner again, another little baby start. This is probably only a day or two. it looks like just a day. Most of these, you know, this was started in 2024. Most of these only got a day. But again, she's gonna be gorgeous. So next piece is the final elemental dragon from Ink Circles. This one is fire. And that is where I got to. So I have that first dragon, like diving down and flaming. So when you stitch these, it's super abstract. Like, it's really hard to always tell what exactly you're stitching. And then like when I popped it up onto the camera and I was like, oh, that dragon is like flaming right now. That's amazing. Because I didn't catch that that's what she was doing when I was stitching this. So this is on 16 count Mystic Fabrics. It's called Lovely. And it's a Dinky Dyes. It is Dinky Dyes Shades of Wine. So that is, and I think it looks fabulous. I'm really glad I did all these on 16 count so that they can kind of be, because they're all the same size, so I can frame them similarly and then group them together once they're all done. Okay, next one. This one is from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and this is called The Vanishing Isle. I love this. I'm a big Terry Pratchett Discworld fan, and while this is, you know, like a much smaller representation of what the Discworld is, it reminds me of that. And I, because of that, wanted to put it on this like crazy dark like space fabric. So the fabric is, oh, I plunked my keyboard. It is called Nebula. And it is from Witch's Garden Crafts, and I'm pretty sure it's it's an 18 count. So that is where I'm at on this one. And I'm loving how this is turning out on this fabric. It's fabulous. There's 3, yeah, I think. No, there's a couple more. Okay, this one is a Mirabilia from Nora Corbett. I did not keep this chart nice. This will not, this is not gonna get sold. So this one is Blackbird. I'm doing a start along with Emily C on this. We started this on the 9th, I think, of November last year. I am doing this on a 32 count Heather Ada, which is a purple, from Fiber on a Whim, because I was not jamming. Sorry, I can't even, which way is up? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I had to move. So this is her arm. This is this arm. Right here. I just, like, so Nora Corbett is affiliated with Witchelt, and so all of her models are stitched on Witchelt, and that is a, like, ugh. Sorry for those of you who like that fabric, but I did not think that it did that pattern justice. So I swapped it. Okay. I don't have a finish or what this will look like for this one either. This was the 2024 Modern Folk Embroidery stitch along so this was the Nordic holiday countdown. I feel like I fell off the boat around day like 18 or something like that, maybe. So, you know, like my girls don't have heads yet. I did pretty good up until mid-month, and then I hosted Christmas for my family, my immediate family. I hosted Christmas for like my extended family. And there was just a ton, like I traveled in December to visit my best friend out in Washington State. So like I had a lot going on in December. I'm actually surprised I got as much done as I did, to be honest. I have another piece it's out in the living room. This is Jelly World. The artwork is by L&L Designs. I think it's an AI generated. But like some people have the first installment finished yet. We only got like the first 4 pages across for the first installment. And I'm actually happy with where I've gotten to so far. But I doubt that I will actually finish the whole piece this year. I think I'll probably just end up with the 6-page finish, so that I can get all the other charts. So there's that one, and then I started. I think that Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, was starting this one along with a couple other people. So this is from the Cross Stitch Studio. I don't know. It doesn't say who the artwork is by. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I don't know who the artwork is by. But this is Snape's Library. And so I decided to kind of join in on their, invite myself in on their start along. So I just started this Friday night. This is a 28 count. So I'm doing this 2/1 tent stitch. So got about 1,000 stitches done ish for that one. And then as like for the theoretical 100 starts that I'm going to try and do this year, most of them are smalls or minis. And several of them, like a quarter of them, like at least I think there's 25, are Quirky Quakers. So you saw I finished the narwhal, that one got pulled, and then the zebra got pulled. So I started this one last night, and that is where I'm at so far. So I have the whole center done, and I'm actually hoping to finish up the border tonight. So I went with kind of a different color palette for the outside. I was wanting to, or for the, like this piece and this piece and then that border, I was thinking like autumn, like sunset colors. And I feel like and then for the fabric, I was thinking like savanna grasses. And yeah, I'm digging it. But this is this is a dyeing for cross stitch. It's called Autumn. That was what I used for the border. And then this is just Cauldron Stitch Me Silk. So that is everything. I think that's everything. So I'm almost at 2 hours. Thank you everybody for sticking with me during this several month-long hiatus while I was like learning how to be a dog mom. It's like having a toddler sometimes. But she's lovely and fun even when she's being naughty. Like I can't really complain that much. She's you know, like she tends to not get into a whole lot of mischief. I can leave her alone out in the kitchen, you know, like while I'm doing laundry or showering or whatever. I still definitely like crate her when I'm gonna be out of the house. I don't have a fenced in yard, and she has not been chipped yet because I'm gonna wait until after I get her spayed. So I definitely like still keep her on leash whenever I'm at home, because despite the trainer's like best efforts, she does not have amazing recall. Something I really need to be continuing to work on. But I have gotten a little lazy because it's freaking cold out there. So anyway, thank you. I totally thought I am like a new parent. Like every conversation ends with the puppy because she's like the main focus of my life right now, which I guess is what, you know, it should be. But yeah, it's been a lot. So I really am hoping to be more consistent with my videos starting for this year, especially given the amount of new starts that I'm hoping to do. Again, if people are interested in seeing the possible new starts that I have planned for the year, please put it in the comments and I can try and put that together. And then, yeah, I know like there's so many WIP parades and new people to, you know, be watching. So I appreciate any time that you have spent with me. If you are so inclined to give me a subscribe, that would be amazing. I was close to being able to monetize my channel before I went on hiatus, and I've been kind of agonizing about whether or not I should. I mean, if you don't have like YouTube Premium, you're gonna get ads no matter what, because that's just YouTube. But I don't know if I monetize, if I have any control over like what you see as far as the ads that are out there. I'm not sure, because I just haven't, you know, like I haven't had the opportunity to monetize. But I don't know. I don't know if I should. I'm not in it for the money. That is not what I'm here for. But if it gives me more control over what types of ads that you see, that might be better. And honestly, anything that I would make off of this is absolutely going to go back into more stitchy stuff. Also comment if you're at all interested in seeing what I'm working on for my knitting. I am not a great knitter. I am trying to become a better knitter. And, you know, in the past, like I knit like blankets and scarves, like squares and rectangles. But this past year I've really tried to like branch out and learn how to like knit socks and knit. I've, you know, been trying to do some sweaters. So if you're interested in seeing my knitting, let me know. I have an embarrassing yarn stash, as I do like fabric stash and stuff like that, which is why I'm in a low spend year. Because I don't need anything more, and I don't have anywhere else to store things because this house is not that big. But yeah, so thank you for being here. I hope to see more of you in the future, and have a wonderful rest of, I don't know, maybe January. I don't know if I'll get back before the end of January. There's a bunch of stuff that's going to be happening. But I definitely will talk more about like birthday plans when I come back. And yeah, we will go from there. But in the meantime, it was lovely to see everyone. Thank you for being here, and catch you in the next one. Bye.